All right, guys, I'm back with a second review of a mechanical ergonomic keyboard, and I got a really fun one for you on this next one. Now, the last one I reviewed, the Matias Ergo Pro, is a great keyboard for people who want something plug and play. It's just going to instantly amplify your work experience and you just move forward with really no glitches. The next one I'm bringing to you is completely different. It's the Ergodox EZ. Now, for those of you guys who have been following the Ergodox, I'll give you a quick review if you haven't. The Ergodox is this super cool open source keyboard. It's completely customizable. Any key can be any number of things. And there's just some caveats to it. You have to build it yourself, for one. It's an open source design, so you have to kind of wait for a mass drop to take place where you can order these things at bulk, the actual printed shape and the keys and all that stuff, and then you assemble it all together on your own when it finally comes in. Say goodbye to your wife and kids for a week because you're going to spend your week soldering and getting high on fumes. And then if your brain is still around after all those fumes, you've got yourself an Ergodox keyboard, assuming you didn't mess up any of the wiring, and you can then get to customizing and really going for that experience. So what Ergodox EZ has done is they've said, hey, let's take away that whole building portion of it for you. Let's get these manufactured at scale so you can then order them and get straight to the fun part, which is customizing your work experience. So they've manufactured a really great Ergodox, lots of improvements over the Ergodox you would build yourself at home. You can get some really cool tenting keys here, which can snap to any different place. They've got these nice spring-loaded screws, so you just unscrew them a little bit, and they'll snap in place, tighten them where you want it. You get a lot of different tenting angles with that. Super cool. They have an option for these really cool wrist rests, which, I mean, that's not ABS plastic. I don't know what it is. It's like a polymery, rubbery. It's heavy. Like, I would not want to get hit in the face with this thing. That's how you know it's good. Really great. You can see I've already changed my tenting position on this one to something awkward. And then you can basically get to customizing right away anything you want. Ergodox EZ will let you pick a number of different keycaps. I went with the Gatoron Browns, which are very similar to a Cherry MX Brown, so they're nice and they're tactile, but they're also pretty quiet. So you could definitely still use them in an office situation, and they feel really, really good. That nice mechanical key switch tactile response that you're looking for. So as for what the Ergodox actually feels like to use, it's really interesting. I call it a journey keyboard because you don't buy it because it's awesome on day one. The reason is there's ergonomic changes. You notice instead of the keys being offset, which means, hey, that might be great for my right hand, but for my left hand, it also has to offset the rows. That's an 1819 original typewriter design, people. All of our keyboards still reflect the original. That's crazy. Our fingers don't do that. We're not like surfers from the 60s. It might be fine for your right hand, but your left hand is just, hey guys. So it's just really cool. Everything's set up in columns, which is the Ergodox design. But at first, you don't realize how used to typing terrible you are. You start typing like a child at first because your left hand keeps trying to go like that. So you're missing stuff all over. Day one, best way I know how to explain it, you feel like a child. Day two of using the Ergodox, I've been using this for a week now, just so you guys can know, a week nonstop. Day two, you start to get a feel for actually how it works. Okay, cool, I'm not doing too bad. Day three, you start to actually love where all the customized thumb switches are. I mean, that's right there is 6 key switches for each thumb. You can do a lot of stuff and never really move. So your thumb just got a lot more useful. After a few days, I started getting that desire to customize it myself. I do a lot of Apple or a Command Tab. I do a lot of Command Shift, a lot of Command Alt commands. So I made those very easy to where I could Command Tab, Command Shift, all those things just by using my thumbs. I also started customizing my own firmware layer to where if I hit a key over here with my thumb, these fingers can now control my mouse around the screen. And then I can hit a key to optionally change how fast that mouse moves. So after just, I'd say about 4 days, I moved from very, very frustrated at the newness of it to starting to get addicted to it and not wanting to go back to a normal keyboard anymore. Now, back and forth is still super seamless and easy because I've been on a keyboard my whole life. But I started finding myself missing all those super ergonomic things. And also, once I started learning to control my mouse with the keyboard, I was able to kind of move these further away from my mouse and not have to worry about it. Just look at the screen and do super fun stuff. So now I could put a screen on the ceiling and just put these on my arms and be a weirdo. You can do a lot of great things with the keyboard once you learn to control your mouse with it. So it's a journey keyboard. I'm actually going to do some update posts and videos later on because I'm going to commit to doing a journey of at least a month on this keyboard and see just how fun it gets. I'm going to customize a lot more stuff. I'll probably share my firmware up that I've come that I feel like is good for web development, and it's a really fascinating keyboard to me. I say fascinating because it's this mix of I don't know what to do with you yet, and I love you. It's just this fun, weird mix. So if you're the customizing kind of person who loves to tweak stuff, take a look at the Ergodox keyboard. Let's do a sound sample of these Gator on Brown switches and call it a day.